All right, guys, in this video, I'll share with you my thoughts about what I feel is the content that Indian women are generally posting online. Lately, for some strange reason, I've started to get more of Indian females' content on my Instagram and Facebook feed. I don't know, is it because I just, paused and watched that video that I'm getting more of these videos or what it is? But, I guess AI knows better, but it has been leaving me slightly disturbed, and I'll tell you why. Okay, I've taken down the names of these people whose where is it? Where is it? I'll just tell you. I've written their names here. Yeah. So these are the females whose content I've been seeing on. This is on Facebook. Huh? One is that Urfi. Urfi is that female who wears a ridiculously strange, absolutely, I don't know, she wants to be like a Lady Gaga of India without the singing talent, or, her shtick is wear the most strangest and ridiculous and skimpy outfits while showing her figure. She has a decent figure and she capitalizes. And I've kind of heard snippets of her interview where she's very aware of what she's doing and she says it sells and fine. Okay. And then there are these other individuals whose names I've taken, but I don't know what they do. And I wasn't too motivated. One is Tanya Chatterjee. You can maybe search and you'll see them, and I'll tell you why. One is Kangana Sharma, one is Chopra, and obviously the soft porn star, we call it star, Poonam Pandey. Okay. Now, all these females have one thing in common. They keep showing the maximum amount of skin that they show, or flesh, or, in layman's terms, they're showing the maximum amount of boobies that they can, and their butts, and obviously it's surgically enhanced, so it's pretty big. And this female Tanya Chatterjee and Chopra, they have this very strange ritual where they get down from the car and they're wearing a shirt, normal shirt, and then they go stand next to the wall where suddenly they'll actually take out that outfit, that shirt, which is wearing, it's like a t-shirt. And there she will reveal her sexy outfit for the day. And there are all these photographers and people are clicking, chick, 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 chick. And please, ma'am, madam, this side, madam, this side. And okay. So, and one of them was Poonam Pandey. She was wearing a red and she was, doing all those, sexy expressions. And one guy walks up. I don't know. You might have seen this. This was pretty viral. He looks like he's half drunk, and he says he wants a photo with her. And she's like, okay. And she's allowing him to take a photo. And this guy actually has the audacity to come and try to kiss her. Actually, and then they push him off, and he's acting like, hey, what did I do wrong? Like, that kind of thing. So, so why am I bringing this up? The reason I'm bringing this up is I was checking the number of views and I was checking the number of comments. Yeah, well, there are haters as well as there are admirers, but it is inescapable. It's an inescapable fact that they clock in good numbers. They clock in a lot of people who want to see this, and obviously the engagement. Okay. So that is number one. That is my first observation of Indian females. And if you thought that it is only these known people, I've come across some other, when you click one and you watch it, then obviously the AI recommends another one which is similar to this. I bumped into, I can't get the name of it, Instagram page dedicated to, it's called, what? It's called models or something, aspiring models. And there are all these college girls who are like trying to look sexy. Okay, trying to look sexy, trying to show their best outfits. And I wouldn't say it's vulgar, but obviously they are posing. Okay. Then I came across other female videos where they are in a nightclub in Bangalore. It is a nightclub and they are dancing, they're obviously nightclub sexy clothes and they're dancing and it's a Hindi song basically. And then there are some others in a pool party, and the DJ was playing actually good songs, techno house, which is my favorite. But these girls were dancing. And then there were others which were, you know, kind of shocking because they were smooching. The girl is smooching the guy. Another guy is like his face is buried on her neck and is as if she's having, an orgasm or something. And then there was one which I saw was a prom video where you can clearly make out these are pre-pubescent boys and girls who, the boys, their pubic hair has just come out on their face and you can make out and, they're trying to look cool. They're trying to look like macho. But what was disturbing about this so-called prom night was the guy and the girl is huddled together and obviously they're feeling each other, which obviously I know many of you may have done during your prom days. But now it's being recorded and shared on video. Okay. And I'll give you 2, 3 more examples and then I'll tell you what my concern is. And then there is these videos of girls when they're coming out of a nightclub or something in Delhi or, I don't know, some parts of Mumbai. And this guy is asking them, okay, what kind of a guy do you want? What type of man will you marry? How much should he earn? And the girls are giving numbers like, I want him to earn 20 lakhs, 40 lakhs, which you can just convert the amount. But that's a huge sum of money. Massive, huh? I mean, if you earn 1 lakh, that's 100,000 rupees. That itself is, a struggle for many 30-year-olds. These girls, they're saying they want 40 times more. And when he asks why, or some girls are even saying 5 lakhs, when he asks why, she says, I have my expenses. He has to take care of me. He has to spend money on me. Others, why should, and some girls are even saying, why should I give this booty to him? They are openly saying this. And then there are other videos where, seriously, this is not a joke, where the girl is actually talking about sex. He should satisfy me, others, why the hell? And then obviously there are these girls from the villages and all that. You can make out they are poor and they are prostitutes. And the guys are, how much for one shot? How much for full night? How much? And she's saying, okay, I'll do this, I'll do that. Okay, that's slightly different. And the last one is where I saw this in school. This is a school-based video. I don't know if the girl or the guy got spanking after that, where the guy is on Valentine's Day kneeling down, Indian, huh? And proposing to the girl with a rose and whoa, yay, and oh, I love you. And then he stands up and they both hug each other. Okay, given her chocolates. Okay. So now I gave you a list of videos that are coming out from India where Indian females are uploading this online. Now, if you're someone from the West, you'll say, what's a big deal, man? This is normal in the West. Yes, you're right. This is normal in the West. Sadly, this is not normal in India. At least as far as I remember. I don't know if things are changed so drastically that now it's become, I don't know. If this is the reality of how things are, I would say that we are in for a very challenging phase, for lack of a better word. Or, I mean, things are going to get bad to worse in India. And now, I know the feminists must be screaming and shouting, what the hell does this guy think of himself and how dare he talks? Guys can do whatever they like. We girls can't do whatever we like. No, my dear. Do whatever you like. Whatever. It's your body. It's your life. You want to kiss, smooch, hug, sleep. It's your life. Okay? It's none of my business. I'm just telling you as a guy who once upon a time, for the culture that I know India of, they would take a great deal of pride to keep these things which are shared so openly as private. I mean, for a girl to even show a little bit of her skin, it would really, I mean, that family had to be maybe someone who has traveled abroad, settled down abroad, and they don't mind. But if it was a traditional Indian family, they wouldn't allow the daughter to show so much of skin. In fact, nowadays, when I see some of these prom videos, the girls are showing so much. Like there was this girl who was, I think, 16 or 17, and the video title was, "Is this girl's outfit appropriate?" or something, some news channel. And the girl, I think, is 16, I'm assuming 14 or 16 or something, and she's wearing uh, like it's till here, okay, off shoulders. And it's, it's a kind of a see-through where there's, okay, you can't see her chest and you can't see her, the underwear that she's wearing, it's dark. But rest, everything is kind of a see-through. So the question was, is this appropriate? You know, it's somehow become normal. Now, now here's a big question. So, what is it to me? How does it matter? And why should it be a problem? If I was a young guy, I'll be honest with you. If I was a young man in my 20s, I would be very happy with this. Why? Because testosterone is oozing. I have sexual urges. I want to have fun. I want to have sex. And I'm seeking partners, or I'm seeking females who share the same kind of value system. But as you grow up, you see things differently. Provided you're not still addicted to sex and your brain has evolved. There are some men, even at 60, 70, 80 also, who are still sex starved and they love all this. But for me as a father, now that I have a daughter, I keep thinking, I'm being honest, I keep thinking, okay, tomorrow my daughter, if she was in India, if, for example, she was in India and she starts having these friends who go out late night and they drink, and then they meet a boy and they start smooching, kissing, hugging. And I'm not one of those fathers who will violently beat up the child, which I don't believe in violence. I believe whatever discipline or whatever values you have to teach, it has to start from the day the child is born, and it has to show from the parents. Like, I can't lecture my child about don't smoke, don't drink, and I smoke and I drink. Okay, I can't tell my child don't dress up sexy with a skimpy outfit if my wife or the friends I meet, the female friends, they all are wearing skimpy outfits. So the child will do what she sees, not what you tell him or her. Okay. So if I wanted my child to read a book, I need to take out a book and read, and then my child copies that. But if I'm addicted to a phone and I'm 24/7 on a phone, and my wife is 24/7 on a phone, my kid also. So now, as a father figure, when I think of my child, and I think, okay, if you go to India and the girl is hanging out with her friends, all who are showing skin, all who are drinking, smoking, having sex with, or enjoying physical intimacy with a guy, wouldn't she also get influenced? And then how does it spill over? Then these girls, if they are exposed to sex and a kind of a Western lifestyle at such a young age, when they're 16, 17, and 18, what do you think will be their mindset when they are 20, when they are 25, when they are 30s? And that is where the current problem of India is happening. Why do you think so many guys are not able to get an Indian female to marry? Because all of them have been exposed to so much of the Western lifestyle. Like, I give you the names, no? That Urfi, Tanya Chatterjee, and Kangana, Sharma, they're showing their cleavage, they're showing their butts and their bums and this and that. It's becoming very normal. For them, it's like, oh, if they are showing, why I shouldn't show? Oh, if my friends are showing, well, even I'm part of the group. The peer pressure, and you feel it's normal. And then when you feel that is normal, then obviously the other steps that come, like from smooching, kissing, hugging, having multiple sexual partners, all that becomes normalized. Now, you might call me out for the hypocrisy and say, oh, you had sex, and well, I didn't have a proper childhood. I never had a father and mother to guide me. I never had any value system. I was growing up in a world where I had to define my own rules. I had to define my own, what is right and wrong. I didn't know. If you don't have a father and mother guiding you, whatever you see, you just try to pick up and say, okay, should I try this? Should I try that? I mean, who would tell me what is right and what is wrong? All I knew that I'm enjoying myself, I'm feeling loved, I'm feeling special. Why do you think so many girls are ready to sleep with a guy or have sex with a guy? Because they assume this is love or this is, for being special. And now when you have social media and you have the guts, the courage, I don't know if courage is the right word, or the audacity to share such explicit content without feeling shy or having any remorse. I mean, I was listening to those girls who are talking, oh, he should spend 40 lakhs and if he wants this booty. Imagine the girl is talking about herself as a sexual object. If he wants my ass, if he wants my booty, then what do you do, man? And then when you see these nightclub videos of these girls dancing, of course they have drank alcohol, of course they are wearing sexy outfits, so it becomes very normal. And then the family values go out of the window. Then you cannot have a traditional marriage, you cannot have a simple marriage, you cannot have a simple life, you cannot have those Indian values. No longer exist. It becomes a Western template by showing the flesh and having extra partners, sleeping around, all that becomes normal. And I'll tell you that will result in the deterioration of the fabric, the Indian fabric, the values, the things that we were so proud about, that we've kept so dear to our hearts. Once upon a time, a girl was okay. I'm not trying to go too old school because that would be like a hypocrite. I'm not saying the girl has to wear a sari and cover her face and do namaste and serve tea and oh, she's such a good character. Her character is judged by the tea that she makes. No, that's all bullshit. Okay, I'm not saying girls are meant to do that. I'm not saying girls are meant to be in the kitchen and do the work. No, they should be given good education. They should be given equal opportunity. They should be given their wings to fly and explore the world. See, there is an age after which you can't tell them anything. Like after my daughter reaches a particular age in her life, I don't think I can tell her, okay, don't do this, don't do that. Because if I do tell her, it all comes down to her whether she wants to accept. Like, for example, let's say in her school, let's say she goes to college and I tell her, don't have a boyfriend, for example, don't have a boyfriend, don't have sex and all that. But I'm not going to be with her 24/7. If she's staying in a hostel and, after school, she's free and she decides to meet a couple of girls and they meet a guy and she likes a guy, she ends up going on a date with him and they end up having sex. What can I do? It's impossible. I can't lock her up in a room and, tell her, you're not going out. You'll only get married and that's it. No, you can't do anything, man. And if once she's in a college life, let's say tomorrow she decides to get a rebellious tattoo and I've told her not to get, she can even turn around and say, you got all these tattoos. So how the hell you're telling me not to get? So the point I'm trying to make here is after a certain stage, you can't force them. And if you do, they will move away from you and go into that world. And that will not help anybody. And the dangers of getting into smoking, drinking, drugs, getting an STD is always there. And now it is social media addiction and brainwashing. In fact, let me tell you one of the most troubling trends which I've seen is nowadays getting surgery. You're talking of young girls talking of getting breast enlargement, getting their butts proper, getting injections or surgically enhanced, structuring their nose, their cheeks, their hair. It's become crazy, man. So yeah, all I wanted to tell you is it's becoming very hard. It's become very hard to control all this. It's become very hard to filter all this. Girls are getting exposed to things, the good, the bad, the ugly. And yes, it is influencing them to the extent where now they are literally desperate to be on Instagram or Facebook for views. Because remember this, if one girl is on Instagram, she will show you, see, I'm on Instagram, I have 400 followers or subscribers, and I have, So obviously, it's like peer pressure, it's like competition. Oh, she's on Instagram, let me also be on Instagram. And then you're 400, oh, sheesh, I have 300. Oh, and then she'll try hard, and then she'll see, okay, what is making her go viral? She's showing her sexy, this thing, and all that. So she'll say, okay, she's showing, I'll show a little bit more. What do you think some of the female gamers do online? Seriously. You're, in fact, let me shock you by telling you this. Harvard Business School has 713,000 subscribers, around that much, 700,000. But these female gamers who show, they actually show their breasts, means not fully, they just cover the nipples. They wear a bikini and they're in a pool, in a swimming pool playing. I don't know how that even makes sense. They'll wear a bikini. This female, I can't get her name. I think she has 34 million subscribers. Harvard Business School, 700,000. This female, 34 million. So you can see what's happening. And then obviously when you have these metrics which you associate as my value, oh, I have 500 subscribers, you have only 300. Then that competition grows. Then how many comments, how many likes? And what can I do to increase it? How can I be more popular, more famous? And then you have social media that if you start becoming viral, they literally glorify you and take an interview. This girl went viral. She has, 7 million views and all that. So then it legitimizes the theory, right? The more views, the more comments, the more your value, the more you're considered successful. So when we live in this day and age where social media is impacting you so much, where literally you post everything, where are we headed? What is going to happen? And if you can't have a marriage partner with, values that you agree on, or values that are, made in India, so to speak, the traditional values, then if they are going to be so worse, what's going to happen to the next generation after that? All I can tell you is we are living in very challenging times, very troubled times. And I think it's becoming necessary more to be less into the social media world, the virtual world, and more into the real human interaction. Otherwise, I think we are going to be a lost society like what's happening in the West. There was one thing that made us Indians proud of our culture, of our tradition, of our conservative nature. But now it's becoming, I don't know, like they call it, free thinkers, feminists. I'm equal to a man. Man can show his chest. I can also show mine. Yeah. Well, what do you say? Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly. Love to hear what you have to say. You guys take care. And yeah, is this a problem that you have noticed, or is it just a very rare occurrence? Love to hear your point of view. You guys take care. Ciao.